Hello everyone, today is day 26 of the speaking challenge. For my today practice, I'm going to talk about my personal advice for those fellows who are going to take part in the upcoming challenge. So for that reason, I have prepared some notes just to make my speaking practice more structured. And if you're watching this video, I can say that it's definitely worthwhile to challenge yourself in such experience, because first you really struggle with your speaking practice, then you just think that you struggle, whereas you're really in the practice way, and finally you feel like you want to challenge yourself in other parts and points of your life to improve them, just to change yourself in the best way. So if you doggedly keep practicing, you definitely will turn into a very disciplined and persistent person or individual who believes in him or herself. It just takes some time, but the progress is unavoidable. And if you asked me about some tips, I would share with you some of them. For example, of how to become a language challenger. And number one, I think it's really important. It's really important to enjoy the process. It's not an exam, it's not a test. You don't have to get things too seriously. You just do it for yourself, and this must be very enjoyable and pleasant experience, right? So next, and other very important things is to give feedback to other fellows, because this is actually the most essential motivator for all of us to keep practicing and keep working on our speaking skills within this experience, within the challenge. And when you get your first feedback, you will feel what I mean about that, by that right now. It's really very pleasant and so nice to hear from other guys who's who also work on their speaking skills. And I think it's very important to stay connected to each other if you want to go until the very end, right? So the next advice I would give you about how to organize yourself for practice. I think it might be really good to make this practice a habit, like a ritual, if you can say that, like a drink. I would compare it with having your morning coffee, right? So I think it really would be very comfortable for you to practice your skills at the same time every day, and don't spend too much time for your daily speaking tasks, because you can get tired of it soon and just feel like burnout. So I would really recommend to start practicing in 1, 2, or 3 minutes a day, and then you will definitely increase your time time sessions as you're progressing, right? So just remember, it takes time and no panic. So the next one, what to do if you miss a day? Well, no stress. You don't have to be worried about if you skipped or missed day or two, but don't postpone practicing in a long period of time, because you can lose your motivation, right? So we all have our chores and errands and work and other things, right? So it's okay if you miss a day or 2 day. It's like, for example, I can compare it also with weekend, right? We all have them every week, so it's the same thing, and it's okay. But if you don't practice during the week, so be sure this is the problem. I think so, referring to my own experience. And the next tip: what to do if a topic seems to be very difficult. I think it's okay for all of us when we feel like the topic is very difficult, or for some reasons doesn't correlate with our personal interests, right? So, and I think it's more important to talk about something else, something that you're really interested in, than not to talk at all. I mean, not to practice at all. So when you speak about what you're truly interested in, I think that makes your practice much more meaningful than just to practice for practice, if I can say that. I think we all free to talk about what really correlates with our interests, right? So I hope I could explain that correctly. And I think the last one, which is very important actually, in terms of making a tremendous, how to say, big progress, preparations. I highly recommend at least in the for first sessions to make your little notes before making your recording, because it really helps you not to how to say, not to feel that something cloud your thinking, but it helps you to have your clear vision of what you're going to say, and it also helps you to structure your thoughts. I think it's a very nice to make some notes or write down some keywords before making your recordings. It simplifies mm, the speaking process, and it also helps you to enjoy the process. And I think this is it for today. Thanks for watching, and see you later, guys. Bye bye.